Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is my review for Murder Medicine Season 8, Episode 3. I was going to go live last night at like 2 a.m., but I went to bed. Okay, I am off work today, so I was like, let me do a live today, right now before I done review this show because they're getting on my nerves and whatnot. Okay, but anyway, happy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. My money's going good or whatever. It's going. I've been spring cleaning and getting things together. So yeah, okay. But y'all know first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to what? Subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Okay, do not forget to like this video. It is very much so appreciated. I tell y'all each time liking the video helps YouTube to recommend our videos, share our videos, and it helps us get to other people who don't know we exist. So make sure that either on your way in or your way out, or while you're in here, that you like the video. Okay, you can also relax. Okay, relate and release, center yourself and everyone around you. Okay, that's a good thing to do. Also, inhale. Okay. And exhale because sometimes we forget to breathe. We need to do that. Okay. Follow me on IG or Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. It's down there. Y'all see it. You need to believe it because that's what's said. Okay. Also I seen people in the comment section like, oh my God, your intro was so long. The song plays for like 2 minutes. People don't get that for the YouTube lives. YouTube sometimes don't even tell people that we live, so it takes a few minutes for people to come into the room. So we do the waiting room music to give y'all the chance to come in. If you're watching the replay, skip over it. Fast forward through it, a little fast forward and stuff. But yeah, that's the point of the waiting room music, is to give y'all a chance to get into the room. Bondi started that. Bondi made one for her lives, and she had showed us or whatever. And then I made one for my live. We had one for the ladies' first lives. So yeah, that's the point. And I picked my song because I like to get amped. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to slow, calm down. Oh, I forgot to put my mic on. Let me put on my real mic. Hold on. I meant to put in my Yeti mic and not be on the mic for my computer. Hold on. Is it plugged in? Okay. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Because I put in my new mic. Not my new mic, my actual microphone, and not just going off the sound from my computer. So hopefully this is better. If not, I hope y'all can at least hear me and stuff. But yeah, the reason I picked the song is because I want people to get hyped for my intros or whatever. And again, y'all sitting here, dance a little bit. That's the point of having it or whatnot. Okay. But anyway, that's the whole point of the waiting room music. So I'm like, I seen a few people comment that it's so long. I'm like, but y'all watching the replay. Fast forward through the waiting room. When I watch Bonnie last back, I fast forward through her waiting room because again, she not waiting for me to come in. I'm watching the thing. So, girl, but some folks don't think about that, but let's let that be. On to the episode. I like Married to Medicine. I get this is only episode 3, so we can't judge the FS as if this is episode 13 or whatever. What I do think is I don't want this whole season to be Toya and Contessa, back and forth or whatever, or Toya on the defense, because I realize in the where is the thing? On y'all know how they have the picture of who they are, not who they are. Where is the thing on picture? Bam, here you go. So on the cast photos, what I was trying to say, I'm waiting for it to upload on here. So for the cast photo, I feel like because they had Toya and Contessa in the middle, that a lot of the season may be about they BS and whatnot. I don't want them to be fussing all season. I ain't here for that. But let's hope, whatever happens, happens. So we see the beginning of the episode starts off and we see all the doctors, coming and going to the hospital late at night, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, being tired, not having showered, there's things going on. We see the baby still being born. So the ER and the the ER doctors and the baby doctors, OBGYNs are still busy. But Eugene mentions how, people who have other practices, had to close stuff down because, again, no one was going to see their doctors during the pandemic. So some doctors lost their practices and everything. I'm like, but Scott, let's try to open one. But I'm going to leave that be. Now we see Heavenly. Heavenly is at her practice or whatever. And it was a girl, she was 18 years old, who had her teeth knocked out, okay, by a police officer while she was at a peaceful protest, and she was trying to record the police arresting the guy, and she was trying to get his name and birthday on camera so that if he wasn't released, they can at least get him some representation. What the thing that you should always do. And we then see the little video of the officer walking up to her and like swinging and hitting her in the face, which knocked her tooth out. So Heavenly was so nice to fly her out there, the girl 18 years old, but she flew her out to Atlanta, to fix her teeth. I'm like, that is so nice. And I like how Heavenly is full of shit half the time, and she's messy all the time. But she do love what she do. I would say that for sure, because to want to see that on social media and then reach out to her and pay for her to come out to fix her smile, that's amazing. And I like how she brought up how, a person's smile, it's the first thing someone sees when they walk in the door. So she did not want the girl to go through the rest of her life, having to not put her best foot forward, to say the least. So I like that. But she got to come back in 3 weeks to get the permanent teeth or whatever. But it was good. Well, who said please don't Kenya and Portia? We don't need them on here. Not at all. No, ma'am. I'm good, love, and joy. We do not want them on there. It's like, no. I can't stand Heavenly. It gets on my nerve, but I love what she did. So to me, that was a great thing. Yes, Kiki H, I think she's deflecting from her financial issues. I'm watching, like, if Heavenly said you being mean, that you're off the hook. Well, Heavenly would say anybody being mean, but we're gonna get to Toya in 1 second, because again, Toya was on some bullshit. Heavenly is on the show, but she's passionate about her work. Very, very true. Very, 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 very true. So we see Contessa. Contessa and Jackie have a conversation. Contessa has to come up to her new practice, with her and Scott's new practice that is still being, built and constructed or whatever. But she's walking Jackie through the practice or whatnot. This is that is this, and she got a whole shower in there, and this and that and whatever. And so when they sit down and talk, Jackie was there because Contessa wants to kind of pick her brain about what are the mistakes that people make when opening up offices or whatever that can ruin them. And I think that's smart. Whenever you're doing something, if if you're close enough to someone to pick their brain, then pick their brain, because you do not want to make mistakes solely because you never asked the question. And it's 70 degrees today, y'all. So I'm trying to be appropriate, but not, not, but I'm trying to, my dress looks okay. I'm like, wow, I look crooked. But yeah, it's weird. But again, you want to pick people brains who can give you some little tips and whatnot. So she brought up how, they lost a lot of money when she first started, Jackie, because they were not doing a little simple thing like not billing overtime and insurance. They would buy the most expensive products and the most expensive equipment, which cost them a lot of money. You do not want to do that when you are starting out, not at all, because it costs you more money. You never want to buy the most expensive things on the menu in the beginning. So yeah, but she also brings up how will it be working with Scott, with your husband, like how y'all doing or whatever. And Contessa admits like we still having some issues or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She's upset still because Scott did not support her last year when she was doing she left and went to Tennessee to go to school. And I feel like I thought they got over that last season, because I could have swore they went to council and talked about it. They both admitted the wrong they played in that part. How you still mad about something he did not support you in the beginning, and in the end he supported you, and y'all got through that? I feel like anyone who wants to stay mad about something that they supposedly already got over, I feel like, okay, well then you want to be mad about it. You want to be mad about that. And Contessa, I don't know if I feel like she's doing it for a storyline or she really is just still mad. I'm not sure. Yes, she does hold grudges. She does hold grudges, and she holds grudges in different ways. The way she holds grudges against, let's say, her husband Scott and Toya. With Toya, she like, what I'm saying? I don't want to fight with her. It's bullshit. I don't have time. But she still actively is aware that she don't really like Toya because of what they've been through. I feel like with Scott, she would kind of do the same thing. Like, okay, let's move forward. But she will still say stuff like, I'm saying, I'm still mad at him. She's not still mad at Toya, but she remembers the bullshit of it all. But she's actively putting out into the atmosphere that she's upset with her husband. I'm like, you should not do that. But when she brings up how how Scott quit counseling, and when Jackie said, "Well, are you in counseling?" She's like, "Well, no, I'm not either." Well, then y'all both quit counseling. It ain't just Scott it's not just Scott who did that at all or whatever. And she said, I will eventually get back into counseling, but again, Scott quit, blah, 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 blah. And Jackie was like, I can tell the contestant's like a heartbeat. She's all over the place or whatever. She's doing this and that and that and this. And she also at times doesn't listen to people. She's only listening because she's responding so fast. And I can see that in contestant. And I feel like when Jackie talks, like, you got your practice, your kids, your husband, a pandemic. It's a whole lot going on, and she just all over the place. And I was like, yes, she is kind of fucked down. And she was like, you are on a roller coaster thing. Like, the new business will take you a lot of ups and downs. You have to kind of be centered. Okay, kind of fuck down a little bit and figure things out. I think contestants, when she said, I'm trying to do this for Scott, I'm like, you can't do that. You're trying to fix something, but you're fixing it with something that's more chaotic. That don't make no sense at all. I said we don't want Toya and Contessa being the portion king. Oh, okay, because I'm like, no one wants them on the show, but I do agree with that. Because it can be some BS. I'm guessing the JayBirds don't like Heavenly. It's not even that I don't like Heavenly on a real note, but Heavenly's messiness is aggravating as fuck. You know what I'm saying? The way she has been the past season is aggravating. I'm trying to see how she's this season, and then when she talks to Quad, I see how she's gonna be this season. But again, I don't know. I can't say people are gorgeous to me either. You open the office in the pandemic and you're not right. When she said, when I thought it was just her, I'm like, okay, just her thing, that's fine. But her and Scott in the pandemic and she's still mad at him, it's not gonna work out fine. And I think that's what we see later on, because they may be unhappy, he may be cheating. I'm not sure, but there's some allegedly alluding to someone cheating that could be Scott. I hope not. I don't want people cheating on their spouse. I just don't cheat on your spouse or whatever. Now we then get to meet the new housewife, Anila. Is it Anila or Anila? I think it's Anila. I don't care either way, but I think she is gorgeous. I think she is gorgeous. Okay, she reminds me of Sally Richardson, mixed with someone else, but I can't put my finger on it. But I think she has a gorgeous little family or whatever. But her parents are coming to visit. Okay, she brings up how her dad came to the States from India in the 70s or whatever for college. He then went back to India. He finished college and then went back to India. And the tradition was the parents would then set them up for marriage. And so her father, who had a list of women that he could date, picked her mother. That's her father and her mother back in the day. Okay, back in the 70s when they, got together. And this is them now. I love seeing people when they was first dating and then seeing them now all the year. It's like, before, all young and spry, and then this little bit older, but still together. Okay, button up shirt and all. Okay, mama dressed up and all. You also can see the differentness of their clothes. A more relaxed look back in the day, but traditional now. But again, I wonder if her parents are going to be included a lot this season, because their mama is a bit much. The mama is very happy to be on TV, if you ask me, but I'm gonna leave that be. Anyway, so her mama was saying to the grandkids how your daddy is a plastic surgeon, so he should be able to fix my whole body. I'm like, Who said that to the kids? The kids don't know nothing about that. Who said that? Why say that? I don't know. Anyway, now when her husband walks in the house, he like, why is there food at my front door? Like, why is a cooler here with food on the floor? What is going on in my house? What the fuck? Now he like, when her parents are in town, like I try to be at work a lot or whatever. I don't have time for this shit. It's just too much going on because I don't have that much patience. Leave me be. Okay, get the fucking food up. He did it in a nice way, like he didn't, yell and fuss or whatever. He was looking like, okay, what is all this? Can you please get it cleaned up? Please. It was a little bit messy, whatever. But again, I was like, oh, I don't know. Let's see what y'all, because I see some Mariah questions. Mariah, not y'all are petty. Y'all are petty, okay? And then people wasn't dating. Well, no, they did not date. Her parents, her grandparents arranged the dad's marriage. The dad had a choice of women to pick from, and the dad picked the mama. So no, they wasn't dating, but in the Indian culture, they at times arranged the marriage. So that's what her parents did back in the day. Yes, that's Lisa. That's what it is. Okay, Lisa. Boom, that's what it is. Her mom is Hindu, not Hindu hood, not Hindu hood. I'm not dealing with y'all. I know Mariah's pissed that they are showing her heritage and traditions because she said they had a problem with her doing that. I was thirsty. I agree that she did complain about that a lot. So that's, but I agree. So she probably upset that they replaced her with someone like Anila in general. I'll say that. So I can see that. The husband annoyed me. He knew the in-laws was coming. What's the big deal? I think he knew it was coming, but he didn't plan on walking in his house and having food at his front door. That would have aggravated me too. Because, don't come to my house and then just, don't respect my house. So I get that. So he didn't really annoy me. I was laughing a little bit. Because I think don't leave food on the floor. Don't that creates ants. Don't do that. But the family is planning it's called a Rocky, and it's some kind of celebration about brother and sisters or whatever. She said she could not have one when she was growing up because for her, she has a sister, she don't have a brother. But because she has a boy and a girl, they can have it now for her son and her daughter. It's a connection bond type celebration for brother and sister siblings, which I think is crazy because so if you have two sons, they not celebrated, or two daughters, how do you only celebrate a boy and a girl? Like, why wouldn't it be like Rocky for a boy and a girl, Rocky for two girls, or Rocky, I don't know, or whatever else for, the differences of kids. That's just me. I don't know. Anyway, but because of the celebration, she is inviting, the gas party. So when she calls Toya or talks to Toya on FaceTime, and her mom, hey Toya, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I am so happy to meet you. I'm not gonna do no fake accent. I'm not gonna do that. But she was really, really happy to be talking to her. Her mama is happy to be on television. That's what it is. However, when talking to Toya, she brings up that she has invited Contessa. Okay, I want to forewarn you. I've invited Contessa. I can appreciate her wanting to make sure that Toya knew who was coming, that Toya may have issues with. But I'm like, why? How they got it? What's going on here? I'm confused. Okay, so Toya then say, why you invite her? I said, you don't even know her. I'm like, it's a cast thing. It's a cast thing, Toya. At that moment, I said, Toya gonna be on some bullshit. Toya wants. I don't know if Toya is as frustrated because again of COVID and she ain't nothing to do. She can't go nowhere. She can't plan parties. All Toya has ever done is go places and plan parties. She can't really do that now, so she could be just backed up with frustration because she can't have no parties. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm like, bitch, it's for the show. She invited the whole cast, okay? Everyone. Well, not Jackie. I don't think Jackie was there. Was Jackie there? I can't remember. But again, she invited the cast, so who really cares or whatever. But Anila says, Contessa seems to be, a nice person, whatever. And I met her at Heavenly's party, and you introduce her at the party. Toya on some bullshit. I don't care. Now Toya's at home with the kids. Eugene gets home. Toya is over it. She's over being a stay-at-home mom. She's over being a stay-at-home mom who's a teacher, and I completely get that. Like, parents probably figured out how hard teachers have it last year and this year too, because they had to be their child's teacher. So now you see what your teachers go through, okay? And she's just tired. Now Eugene, who came home from 14 hours of work at the hospital, and 12, I've been here all day. I am just so tired of being here. Like, who wants to do this? Who wants, to be a stay-at-home teacher? Like, she then said, this is why homeschool doesn't work. Homeschool does work. There's a lot of kids who do homeschooling all over the world. Before pandemic times happened, a lot of kids are homeschooled. The parent has to be wanting to do it. What parent wants to be at home for 8 hours? I'm like, girl, just shut up. All parents are going through this. And my thing was, you have this huge mansion of a house that you're complaining about. You have moms who are at home trying to figure out how to find space for their kids to do work. You have people who have had a kid at the dining room table while they are working. You need to sometimes look at, it's hard, yes, but you complain a little bit too much too. Leave it be. When she then said, it's hard for one child, I got 2 childs. What if a parent had 4 or 5 childs? I say 4 or 5 childs. I'm like, that ain't what it is. Eugene said, girls, they call it children. Okay, it's called children. You know what I meant, but I know what you said. Okay? And I get it. She's mad, upset, and frustrated. But I feel like you don't have shit else to do, Toya. You don't have nothing else to do besides be at home with the kids and help them with their work. Like, you have other moms who work, who have their own schooling. Like, I know people who have to work from home, okay, while their kids at home during homeschooling and still help their kids. Toya, you have nothing else to do, honey. And it's not me trying to act as if it's easy for someone to be a teacher. But I feel like when you don't have a job that you have to worry about, and for, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., all you have to do is help your kids, what you mad for? And when their schoolwork is done, let them do their chores. Okay? And then you can cook dinner. Like, you have to just have a schedule. Toya was so used to not doing shit, she don't know how to organize and schedule shit and plan shit. That's what I felt like, but I'm gonna leave that be too. I got some comments and whatnot. The mattress. Well, let me go back up because Toya is spoiled. I think she is too. Toya's acting really childish so far this season. Yet she is. It's only episode 3. Okay. After working 14 hours, Eugene had to come home to cook. Boom. Why is Toya so tired when she plays tennis 2 or 3 hours a day? How you tired? What's going on? Okay, the mattress is pretty empty and it doesn't have any furniture. I've been homeschooling my children for at least 8 years. Right, people do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not as if it's a different thing. And yes, imagine if a child has special needs. Okay. Toya's lazy. I was shocked when Eugene had to cook after they were COVID patients all day. After. Toya selfish as hell. I need for Eugene to get a backbone. You work 14 hours and ain't no food to eat, and he then had to cook while you play tennis 4 hours. She's irritating. She is very much so. Yeah, the events. When she said 4, I said 4 or 5 childs. Like, who said? Like, how? What? I was like, girl, and I'm like, did she say that? Okay, and for the events, I guess so. Toya gets on my. Yeah, she's a bit much. Rakhi is a festival observed by Hindus and Sikhs. If I'm mispronouncing, I'm sorry. It celebrates a relationship between brothers and sisters. Okay, thank you. Oh, wait, there's some more. It means to protect where by a brother promised to look after. Oh, thank you. Because no one has had the battle. So thank you very much, Queen Royalty Rules. She's too stupid to help them with their schoolwork. That's why she's so frustrated. Some schoolwork be, kind of crazy. I don't be knowing either. I be like, girl, what's going on? I don't know that. I don't know that math. Okay, what's that math? I don't know that. Okay, thank you so much, Yvette. I had to buy food for my neighbor. I can't believe it. Right, I'm like, you are in a multi-million-dollar house that is kind of empty or whatever. But again, you can't act as if, oh my God, that's the end of the world because I have to help my kids. Girl, bye. Anyway, make sure y'all that y'all do what y'all supposed to be doing. Like the video while I drink some water. Because I'll be thirsty, honey. I had no water today. Anyway, so at the end of the day, Eugene and Toya both feel as if they are both kind of just testing and fussing at each other because, again, they both don't have no outlets to anything else. He at work all day, had to come home and cook. She at home all day doing nothing or whatever. But I'm leave that be. Heavenly is at home and Quad stops by. Where's Quad's picture? Did I get Quad's picture? I feel like I did, but I did not put it in here. Boom. Here she go. So we know Quad is now a friend of the show. Okay, I am happy that Quad is no longer a person on the show. Quad is entertaining, but at the same time exhausting. So I felt like, girl, go somewhere. Okay. Anyway, she's back in this velvet. What is that, velvet? What is that, velvet? I don't know. Anyway, so she's asking Heavenly, what's up with the ladies? What's going on, Heavenly? What is going on with everyone? And Heavenly, like, oh, Toya has been really mean lately. She real mean or whatever. I don't know why. What's going on? And then when Quad say, well, me and her been real good. Like, me and Toya's really good. Like, what's going on? Heavenly, being the messy bitch she is, pulls out her phone and then shows her live. So it looked like Cecil and Simone was on the live and Toya was on there with them. And when Cecil said something about, Quad showing her real life, it made Toya then say she don't show her real life, whatever. She only films with Heavenly and that BS, that bullshit as apartment. And I was like, what? Now, we all know Quad don't show much of her life at all. Like, if you think about it, since Quad and Greg divorced, Quad never had much going on. Quad never showed too much. Okay, not at all. But I was like, girl, I guess so. Right? He said Quad could stay gone. Ooh, she could have. To me, in my opinion, the way Heavenly showed her the video and we said, oh, y'all good, y'all still good. Like, I'm like, oh, so you was coming at Toya already? I think Heavenly had a bit of an issue with Toya about them first about their closets a couple seasons ago. But I was like, Heavenly really did. Heavenly sparked this flame. And Quad being, the person she took to, she instantly got mad and instantly went off on, well, Toya ain't shit, and how can she talk about my house like she can't, come at me when she had to beg, borrow, and steal to get her house. Like, oh, not beg, borrow, and steal. She then said that Toya took out a personal loan of $100,000. Was it $100,000? However much. She took out a personal loan to get their pool. Okay. And I'm like, but does it matter because it's her pool? Okay. But she said that Toya needs to feel validated by having certain things, certain cars, certain houses. So she's, basically, begging and borrowing and stealing from whoever to make it seem as if they rich and fancy. Kind of like Quad does. But again, leave that be. Now, she's like, she don't care if she, worked you into the grave or whatever. Heavenly then brings up, oh, so on top of a home loan they got a personal loan too. So that's debt on top of that. I'm like, messy boots. Okay, messy boots. This is my thing. A lot of people get loans to build homes if they don't have the cash to do that. I don't see an issue with that as long as you can pay it back. The issue I have is the whole beg, borrow, steal. I don't think anyone going to a bank to get a loan to build a house is beg, borrow, and stealing. Now, unless you borrow money from 18 different banks, you know what I'm saying? That's not well as if, okay, that's too much. You don't want to go to different banks to get different loans for one thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. But I don't think anyone applying for loans to pay for things that they're able to pay back is begging, borrowing, or stealing. As Toya said on Walk With Apple Laugh, Quad don't even own a home. So why would she comment on what I'm doing? However, at the same time, if you did take out a home loan and a personal loan of that much money, I don't think it's Toya doing that. If anything, it's Eugene and her husband and wife. And again, Toya don't work, but she do bring money in from the show. So you would think or hope that the money they make from the show would pay off the house. Okay, that's just me. But yes, it was mess on top of mess on top of mess from Heavenly. Okay, Heavenly brings some stuff into the show with none at this point. That confused me. I don't know. Because I'm like, what? But again, right, most people buy a home with a loan. Okay, period. And Heavenly can't act as if she's never got a loan for something. That's what I don't like. When people try to shame other people who is doing stuff that regular people do. And also, yes, Anna, everyone is complaining except Eugene. Okay? Girl, they didn't need that for the pool. They need some furniture. Well, she said last season that because the house is so extravagant or whatever, they want to get custom-made furniture. She just, don't do that no more. So I don't know. I don't know why it's empty. I'm not sure. But sometimes people have the big ass houses and have like sparse furniture. That's on them. I still feel like Heavenly was messy showing Quad that video, but I also feel like it was really staged between them two. I think they just don't like Toya, and that's fine. And yes, it also helps build credit. You have to show creditors you can pay back a loan, that you can pay off a credit card. That helps your credit. It raises your credit. Okay. And yes, they did just got a debt. Yes, that's true. And I feel like they got out of debt and then they bought a house and stuff. Now, Toya was on Walk After Live and they asked her about why she tried to sell her home. And she brought up the reason they put the home on the market was because people in the neighborhood was also doing that. They sold their home and they were making like $1 million over what they put into the house. They was hoping, okay, we can sell it and get more money. Now, the house hasn't sold yet, but the reason she gave made sense. If my neighbors are selling houses and they're going to get an extra $1 million on top of what they put into it, of course we're going to sell. We're going to sell it and get a new house somewhere else. Do I fully believe her? I don't know. Her house was $2 million. She had to borrow $100K to put a pool. She cannot afford it. If you take out a personal loan, what you do with it don't matter. I'll say that. So the $100,000 may not have been for just the pool. The $100,000 could have been for, I don't know, shoes and clothes. I'm not sure. A personal loan means you're gonna do with it what you will. So she's gonna use some of it for a pool. I'm not sure. But again, this is all stuff that's from Quad that she ain't showing the receipts for. She said she know people who said that. I'm like, girl, bye. When you were a doctor's loan, special loan for oh, again, this all came from Quad. Quad don't know shit sometimes, so I guess it is what it is. Also, most pools are financed. I just feel like it was messy for Quad and Heavenly to even have this conversation, but I'm gonna leave that be. Let's move on to Rocky's party. So Rocky invited people. Was Jackie there? Why do I not remember Jackie? I know Simona Caesar was there. I know Eugene and Toya was there. I know contestant Sky was there, but I cannot remember if Jackie was there. I just don't remember. But her parents were there. Her sister was there. Okay, all of them was there. It was a whole family thing or whatever. It was real cute. And we do see, she wasn't there. Okay, I don't remember seeing her there. Anyway, when Contessa walked in though, Toya instantly got an attitude. Like I felt it in my bones. It looked like she was aggravated. And I don't know why. I don't dislike anybody to where if I see them, it makes me mad. Because anyone that I had that kind of discourse with, they're not in my life. And it's weird for me for these women to be on the same show, knowing they have to coexist and no one fully either moves past it or like, you know, it don't matter. We have to work together. But, you know, it was kind of crazy. Now, it was messy for Toya and Cecil to be live to Sex and Quiet. No, they were on a live talking about the show, I believe, and about who don't show. It wasn't about Quiet entirely, but I agree with them saying that Quiet don't show shit. But I don't fault the cast of a show going live talking about the show entirely. You know what I'm saying? And the way Cecil said it, it wasn't even mean or rude. It was like, you know, they just want to see more of what Quiet has going on. Toya was the one who kind of said it with a bit of shade or whatnot, but I'm gonna leave that be. But anyway, at the love party, well, if y'all comment, let me get through that. Quiet don't have storyline. So I guess maybe yeah, who knows? But let me move on to this part. Let me read my notes. Because I think I'm tired. Anyway, so when Contessa walked in and go to Toya was set. Now she brings up how Anila doesn't understand the things that went down between her and Contessa. But I feel like, girl, the issues y'all have had has been so minimal. Like, why even act as if it's a big issue? Like, why act as if, oh, you know, I can't believe she would be friends with her. And Toya the whole time, to me, looks messy and petty. Okay, this is Toya said. She looks unhappy. Toya looks miserable. Like her life is just not good right now. And she also has to deal with Contessa being around. I don't have time to be worried about people when I'm chilling or whatever. But, you know, I don't think enough went on between Contessa and Toya for her to act as if someone can't get to know her. To act as if the new girl should not be talking to or inviting Contessa to events. And my thing also is you don't even really know Anila that well. Like, y'all just met through the people who built your house. You're bye. Anyway, and also the arguments between Toya and Contessa has always been petty shit. They've never really had a real reason to fall out. It's been little shit here. Look, like if Contessa says something, then Toya gets mad about it. And that creates the argument. And then more arguments keep happening based on that. You know, it's kind of crazy. Normally just like, you a stalker. That's what we call stalking here. Okay, always say hey, okay. But I'm listening while I'm driving. Okay, hey, you ain't finna do that. I'm like, what? I got a stalker, and we call anyone who watches us but doesn't comment stalkers. Not like stalking in real life, but leave that be. Anyway, but back with Toya and Contessa, I don't think any of their arguments or fights have ever been like a real reason for them to be beefing. And I also feel as if she can't act as if she's a victim of Contessa being aggressive to her or being mean to her, because that's not true. Y'all both have played parts in why y'all don't like each other, but y'all don't like each other. This is fine. I do feel like Toya makes it more petty by making it an issue. That's what I don't like. She makes it an issue, as in, you know what I'm saying? If Contessa said this, I have an issue. I'm like, what's the issue this time? Because y'all ain't said shit or did shit since then. Now, Anila come in and ask Contessa, oh, can we talk real quick or whatever separately? So when they walk away to talk, to me, I felt like, okay, are you setting up shit or nah? Because she brings up, I want us to get to know each other for who we are and not through anyone else. Meaning, I know you and Toya don't get along, but I want us to be able to build a bond, you know, separate of that. And Contessa agrees, okay? You know, but then she said, I hope that you and Toya can get in a better place. I'm like, why is it your job or your, you know, thing to put them in a better place? Leave it be, okay? Leave it be. Don't do that. Now, Contessa, like, you know, I think, you know, we should not be trying to handle me and Toya right now. It should be about me and you. And when she brings up, well, you know, Toya is upset because of a holiday party where Contessa did not want to take her shoes off in Toya's house. We then see Toya complaining about Contessa doing that. I'm like, that's what you fussing about? Really? And I feel like Toya had Anila, because I don't know what her name is pronounced. Anila talk to Contessa on that, because why are you talking to Contessa on a one-on-one thing about y'all getting to know each other better about some shit that happened in December at Toya's house? Why? What you do that for? That to me was dumb. And Contessa, like, I just don't even think that's a real issue to be mad. Like, who is mad that I did not want to take my shoes off? Now, we don't know if she never did. We don't know what happened. We didn't see it. But I do agree. What is the point of being mad? But that is some bullshit. What is wrong with you? I was like, why? And for you to keep bringing it up, I'm like, girl, you was really here to be told my piece. I don't want it that way. I don't like it at all. Hey, boo. Okay, I don't like it at all. And I'm like, just move on past that bullshit. Now, back at the table, I feel like this is me the whole episode. I was Eugene. Okay, I was like, what is this bullshit going on here? Okay, I don't care. Somebody was being messy. I am over it. That is me the whole episode because Toya was on some bullshit. Now, we do see the whole thing of, Anila Nyland and how, back in the day, she was not as proud of her heritage as she is currently. How, they were the only Indians, I think, in her school back in the day. And so people would call them names like, you're not black, you're not white, what are you? So again, she did not have she had a tough upbringing as far as her culture, her heritage, whatever, and people in her school not getting her. But now she's very, very proud of her culture, her heritage, whatever, and she wants her kids to be aware of where they came from, and that's always great, 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 great. So they have the ceremony, whatever. It was great, it was fun, a good time was had by all, and that's a good thing. Now, they then had the kids leave, okay, so they can have some little adult time and chit and chat. Now, Contessa then said to Anila, it was a great day. This was really, really fun or whatever. And thank you for having us here. It was a great time. And Anila, I'm glad y'all came. I'm so happy y'all were able to make it. And then here come messy ass Boots Toya. Okay, this bitch here. Toya got on every nerve I had. I'm surprised that you invited them or whatever. Y'all don't even, when y'all talk, I'm like, what does it matter? Why do you care about a one grown woman talking to them? I'm like, what is wrong with Toya? Why are you so miserable? That's the only explanation I have. Because she was sitting there the whole time and just in her feelings about Contessa being there. And bitch, y'all own the same show. What is wrong with you? Now the whole table, like, what the fuck she just saying? Where's going on? Where's she doing? And that's when Eugene looked up like, oh shit, my wife is on some bullshit. Let me look around and be sure she ain't fight nobody because she be on some bullshit. And then when Toya bring it up, Anila then say, well, yeah, I feel like y'all just ain't that deep. Y'all should just talk it out or whatever, because Toya is a great person. This when I say, okay, someone set up the bullshit for this to happen. Because what was the point of Anila and Anila getting involved? Why get involved at all? So this makes Contessa, like, why are you trying to make peace between someone who enjoys war with me? And even though Simone said that's not true, she does not enjoy war with you. Yes, she do. Toya absolutely enjoys fussing with Contessa because it gives her something to do. That's the only reason I feel like she keeps causing a little bullshit to come up between her and Contessa. She do enjoy war with Contessa. She does, whatever. So I just feel like, it's an up and down, thing with me, Contessa, whatever. Like the 3 years, it's the same shit. I feel the same way about you. And again, it's the back and forth between the two or whatever. And then when Contessa starts to say, I just feel like, this is old, it's dumb, you know what I'm saying? And she said, in the word of COVID, it's stupid. And when Toya then, no, cuts her off. Look, Toya can't. Contessa's a doctor. Let me just go there. Contessa is a doctor. Contessa and Scott and Eugene and Simone and these doctors who are on the front lines, they can say in the day of COVID, they can do that. For Toya to cut off Contessa to say, me and Eugene deal with COVID every day. My husband is in the ER. He sees it. He brings it home. Right. He brings it home to you. However, Contessa is there. You know what I'm saying? And to not let her finish her statement is the reason she say she liked being at war with me. Because I do agree, in the world of COVID, at that time, Fussing with a bitch over if I took my shoes off in your house is stupid. Okay? It's fully stupid. When that was in December 2019, bitch, it is at this point in time, it's the summer of 2020. In the world of COVID, I'm not finna beef with no bitch about me taking my shoes off her house 6-7 months ago. I'm not gonna do that. And why are you holding on to that, Toya? To cut Contessa off as if you being the wife of a doctor gives you any leeway to make it seem as if she don't have a valid reason to say, in the world of me seeing people die every day, I'm not gonna beef with you. If Eugene see people die every day, that's fine. That's Eugene's eyes seeing that. You don't see that shit. But Contessa do, Scott do, Simone do, Jackie do. You don't. You are being a supportive wife. Your husband, when he gets home, yes. But you ain't seeing what they seeing. So I was pissed off that Toya did not even give Contessa respect as a doctor who was doing this shit daily, like Eugene. Toya, you are a selfish bitch. Okay? You need a good old smack in the face of common sense, common courtesy, and just being a fucking adult. Okay? And she from Detroit, 313. But look, I can't support people from my city who act like assholes. And Toya in that scene was acting like a whole fucking asshole, fussing with Contessa about respecting my house when you come over. Bitch, fuck your house. Is it your house? Is it paid off yet, bitch? Girl, be fucked by. She pissed me off. She pissed me off to cut Contessa off and keep yelling over her. I'm like, why? 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 And what I can appreciate is Contessa was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm leaving. Can't do it no more. I'm leaving. And you know, she said to Anila Nyla that Toya's fake. And if you be around her long enough, you'll find out. And Toya is fake to a certain extent. She has her good moments sprinkled in here and there, whatever, but she's full of shit. And I don't like that. So Toya this season is getting on my goddamn nerves, okay? Now, when she's thanking Anila Nyla and the mama, know what? Thanks for having me here. Thanks for inviting me, but I'm going to leave. Her mama keeps holding on to Contessa, like, no, stay. And she's like, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving because that bitch is fake. Why would I stay here and fuss and argue with her at this event? Why would I do this? I feel like y'all set me up. Because again, Anila Nyla kept bringing it up. She kept bringing it up. She kept pushing the issue because Toya was making her do that. Okay? Because the only way she could know was if Toya told her that. Period. Okay? And it's like y'all want to force her to stay to keep fighting. And for what? Contessa was the adult. I'm leaving. And her mama who kept grabbing her, and I appreciate her saying, ma'am, let me go. Let me go, because I'm stronger than you, okay? And if I twist away from you, I'm stronger than you. I mean, I'm going to knock your ass down, because if I twist, you're going to fall, okay? And no one should put their hands on anyone. Do not grab me, Anila Nyla mama. Don't grab me. Get your hands off me. And I'm calmly and specifically saying to you, let me go. I'm leaving. Like, please get your hands off of me. When someone said that one time, let them go and let them leave. Okay? Don't do that with me. If I'm leaving, let me leave. Do not look, bitch, I don't even know you. Mama, I don't know you. Let me leave. So eventually she leaves or whatever. They let her go and they leave. But Contessa do feel like it was set up. I do too. I don't think the fight was set up, but I do think they wanted to have some kind of arguments between Toya and Contessa. And Toya told Anila Nyla to talk to Contessa about that, because why did she bring it up? For what? And then for Anila Nyla to say, I can't believe she's gonna leave why she's leaving? The bitch, why would she stay? For what? Because you and Toya, as you say, Toya's a great person. Talk to her. No, bitch, I don't want to. I don't have to. She wants to fuss with me about the shit from 2019. Is you crazy? And as I'm talking, she keep cutting me off and yelling and fussing and yelling and fussing. Because why? As she said, Toya likes being at war with me. And clearly she do. Okay? Points blank, period. And then for Toya to say, well, that's how that's how she is. I'm like, no, bitch, that's how you are. You bring it out in people because you act like a fucking bitch all the time and you feel as if you're right and you're wrong. You want to fuss at this girl's kids' party about being bonded from brother and sisters or whatnot. You want to fuss with Contessa about her not taking her shoes off in your house in December of 2019. That's what you want to do? And you want her to sit there and do what? Toy, I'm so sorry. I should have took my shoes off. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who gives a girl? And the only person who I felt like on the table had comments was Eugene. Eugene woke up from his nap because I think he was sleeping. Okay, he woke up from his nap and he said, everyone does not have to be friends. Like, they don't like each other, and that is fine. And that's the point I think people miss. Contessa and Toya do not get along. Okay, they do not get along. And you cannot force them to do that. Okay, that's stupid. That's dumb. You can't force her to stay. You can't force them to be rude. Contessa was rude for throwing the napkin at Anila. Well, no, look, she did that because she knew Anila was on some bullshit. She knew Anila was also complicit in trying to have them fuss and fight. That's why she did that, because Anila ain't innocent at all. Okay, Anila is going to get on my nerves. She is, because if she gonna be Toya's mouthpiece, that's gonna aggravate me. Okay, at all, aggravation all day. Okay, and that's how the episode ended. Toya, as we see, is already on some bullshit. I don't think that's a reason for us to okay, I'm happy if Heavenly and Quiet go after, because we see for next episode, it looks good. Okay, I want to see what happens or whatever. So again, the season is this. I can say this season is better already than Housewives of Atlanta within the first 3 episodes. Like, we have, even though it was bullshit, fussing or whatever, it's still better than Atlanta. So that I'm happy about. But we shall see. Anyway, that's the whole thing. Yet Eugene knows his wife. Absolutely knows his wife. How dare Toya mess up the children's special moments with her bullshit? She should have been ashamed of herself. She's making Eugene look stupid because of her childish petty beefs. I agree. They are going to, they're always going to be around each other at work. So Contessa needs to learn to ignore Toya. This is the thing. In my opinion, the conversation between Toya and Contessa was fine until Toya cut her off and started yelling. That's what made it escalate. Because I'm trying to say to you, I don't want to fight with you no more. It's the same thing that we had with Tisha and Mel. Mel saying, look, this is my version of what happened. You know what I'm saying? I want to start anew. And Tisha then saying, well, that's bullshit. And when Marceau said, how can you want peace with somebody when you keep starting to fight? When Contessa then said, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to fuss with you. It's too much going on in the world of COVID to be fussing about shit. That's when Toya should have shut the fuck up. But you know what? You're right. Let's clean the slate. Okay, not fuss no more and move on. You know what I'm saying? Contessa don't have to ignore Toya, because when she tried to talk to her, it wasn't an argument. It was 2 women at first just saying their points, both Toya and Contessa. And so Toya got to being Toya and being extra and rah, 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 rah. I have to be louder than everyone. I have to be cuss and fuss. And yes, Toya was the first one to cuss. Contessa was having a normal conversation about their differences of opinion on their dynamic. But neither Toya or Contessa at first was in the wrong. in my opinion. I was okay with it. It was a dumb place to have a conversation, but it was what it was. But to me, Toya took it there when she started yelling, cussing, and fussing. And then that pissed Contessa off, and she then tried to leave. That's the thing. The only reason we heard more cussing and fussing from Contessa is because Anita and Alabama would not let her go. You know, girl, I can't. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have for y'all today. Okay, I will talk to y'all later. Today, I will see y'all later today. Have a good Monday. And yeah, peace and love. Is you going live today, Bondi? For any shows? I'm talking as if I can't just message her. But let me end it here, honey, and I'll talk to y'all later. And I'm going to go to the chat because that's what I do. Okay, bye.